Welcome to the year 2020. We are the future of Full Sail University. Three of us were in recording art programs. That's Shane, David, and Quentin. Three of us were in the creative writing for entertainment program. That's Isabella, Brian, and myself, Herschel. One of us chose film production. Now, in the future, some of things will be as they are today in 2020, just how they were back in 2010, such as the basics, such as spelling, grammar, proper speaking techniques, and learning how to study. Also, social networks such as YouTube, Facebook, they're still around, and plus the new additions that we have today. And some of us will still be using the groups that we used in 2010, such as Wigio, to keep ourselves organized with our programs. But in 2020, it's an amazing event that's going around. There's so many people, and it's so fast-paced, such as Brian was saying, the holographs of the future. They're making ways in 2020 to be able to work with someone that's 1,000 miles away from you, but you work with them as if they're at the desk sitting right beside you. Think of an internet group, but except everything is virtually around you in this world. This is how we're doing it now. It's the future. Brought to you by the Jets. That's Herschel, Isabella, Brian, Sheridan, Shane, David, and Quentin. Please enjoy this.
By 2020, the projected employment rate for authors, writers, and editors is expected to be over 300,000. But in 2008, there are already 281,300 authors, writers, and editors, which means the employment rate for writers goes up a couple of thousand every year. How do you find these talented writers? Simple. A lot of organizations send out ads for writers if they are looking for a particular talent, from documentaries to science fiction. But most of the 300,000 isn't from ads on Craigslist or Google search. Most of the people are self-employed. In a way, finding talented writers would be somewhat difficult, because most of them own their own businesses. Authors, writers, and editors create opportunities for themselves. The biggest problem would be competition in 2020. Just like all the other authors, editors, and writers, I too am trying to start my own. I am prepared to face the challenges and the competition that will be set in front of me in 2020. Since I am, as I said before, making my own website and my own organization, I too will be a part of that.
Living in a fast-paced, technology-driven, and travel-induced world where everyday gas prices seem to be skyrocketing with no chances of lowering anytime soon, finding talent in 2020 for film directors would prove not to be just a hassle, but also quite the task. Perhaps being the talent would be even a more difficult task altogether. With the population rising and inflation taking place, it may become extremely difficult for actors to move to film meccas in order to chase their Oscar dreams and aspirations within their own film industries. This is where holographic auditioning takes place in 2020. In the year 2020, many production companies will have holographic auditioning centers strategically placed around the world that will allow aspiring actors to audition for movie roles without the hassle of having to travel hundreds of miles in order to be discovered within their own industry. The directors, along with set designers, would design a holographic set for the actors to interact with at the auditioning centers. This would allow the casting crew to better observe how an actor would interact with the script surroundings. Holographic auditioning centers are the future.
I'm sure many of you are wondering how, with all the holographic technology coming out today, it's going to affect the way that you get noticed in the future. Especially those running lighting consoles and designing lighting effects in venues all across the world. Well, I'd like you to meet Steve. Steve just finished out his contract with a production company and is interested in running the lighting design for a company that he's heard about, Stage Tech Inc. As part of his plan to get noticed by the company, he's going to create a stage show via his holographic lighting console 3000. Let's take a look. And that's just a hint of the use of holographic technology of the future.